It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Recording? Is it actually picking up sound this time? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am about to tell you a story of last week when I tried to record my second stream, and I got about half an hour in at least and realized that my audio wasn't working. So that was really fun. But it's okay because I had a grand total of 0 viewers. Big old zilch. I had no viewers, so it was fine. Nobody saw it, and I unlisted the video straight away as soon as I stopped streaming. But I want to use some of the video footage that I captured because it was going to be a follow-up stream from my first stream where I digitized the design for Harvey's birthday, the little H with all his favorite things on it. And I wanted to test it out on some scrap fabric and see how it goes and then do the final thing. And I was going to do this all on stream and it was going to go well and I was going to have thousands of viewers and my YouTube was going to blow up and I was going to make lots of sales. But alas, I was on mute the whole time. So here we go. I'll do a bit of a voiceover, but yeah, enjoy.
So I haven't quite figured out how to record my source inputs in OBS yet. I figured it out now, but at the time of recording this video I hadn't. But anyway, here is me showing you all of the gorgeous colors that we're using for Harvey's design. The last color to pick was the gray, and this was the hardest one to pick because I had to make sure it worked with all the different colors, especially the cream that you can see there. I ended up picking the lighter of the two because it just works better with that cream. I did go into a lot of detail when I was recording this without audio about why colors are the most important part of the embroidery design and why I always choose the colors during daylight hours when I have natural light from the windows so I can really see what they'll all look like together. If it's too late at night and I have lights on in my room, it just makes the threads look shiny and it's really hard to understand what the colors will look like in the end result.
Next step is actually I'm going to replace all the needles in the machine, which is very fiddly, but not too bad. So this machine takes a special kind of embroidery needle that is specifically for industrial embroidery machines, like mine. These are the needles that I'm using. They're just a standard embroidery needle. It'll basically do everything. Uh-oh. So I'm going to take them all out first, and we're going to replace all 12 because all 12 of them are due for a change. The needles do get blunt, so it is good to. There's no really hard and fast rule. I just dropped a needle, which is not good. There we go. There is no hard and fast rule about how many stitches or how many times you can keep using needles. I'm going to replace the black and the white ones that are already in the machine too. But generally it's like every couple of projects I'll change the needles, and things like the needles that the black and the white threads are in, which is needles 6 and 7. You know, they're pretty much used in every project, so I do tend to replace them more often than not. Now that that's done, so oh. Gosh, Morgan just knocked over a box under my desk. Oh, another thing I'm going to do is oil the machine. Let me take the bobbin out. Alright, so all these threads are kind of in the way. I've got my little makeshift thread catcher over here, which is just a piece of masking tape. Very professional. Now, the needles have to face a specific direction. Let's get I like to use a paintbrush to just dust. It gets so dusty. We're dusting this area of the machine just while the needles are out of the way. And let's dust in the bobbin compartment as well. So you won't be able to see it in the camera, I don't think, but there's a long shaft down the front of the needle, which is where the thread has to go through, and there's a little divot at the back, so you know that that is the back of the needle. If it's facing the wrong way, you'd think that, you know, oh, it can't be that big of a deal, but yeah, it can fuck up your designs. It can make the thread break constantly. Yeah, it's really annoying. So always make sure that the needle is facing the right way. And I use an old needle to help align it. Once it's in there, I can stick the tip of the old needle through the eye and twist it so that it is facing the right direction, which does make it fairly quick. Let's put on some tunes while we go.
Come on, Rach, that was a silly one, because now I can't use any of that audio. It has songs over the top, and if I cut, it'll be weird. So, second mistake for the evening that day. So whilst I was ruining the audio of this recording for the second time that evening, I finished replacing all of the needles in the machine and putting the used ones in the sharps container because they do not go in the bin. And I haven't figured out where to drop off that sharps container, but that's a whole nother issue for another day. Anyway, then I threaded all of the needles, which is always my most hated task because I wear glasses and it can be very hard to see the tiny little needle eyes. But anyway, I've had a lot of practice. So once I did that, I had to put the design on a USB, which of course I just filmed my face for some reason. And then I'm showing the camera how to add the bobbin to the bobbin case and add it into the machine ready to go. Now, the final thing we needed to do is hoop the fabric that we're going to use for the test, and the last step is to program the order of the colors. And this is where I found my second mistake.
Oh! Now it's time to order the colors and organize the colors. Order the colors and organize the colors. Have I got an echo? Have I got an echo? Have I got an echo? Oh, I do. Great. Sorry about that. This stream is going really well. I'm gonna have to mute this whole thing and just do voiceover, I think. Well, learning experience. So, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, next we use the color order as seen here in the software to program that into the machine. So we need to do pink, black, brown. So here in the display, you can set the colors to what they are, but because I'm constantly changing the colors, I kind of just go by needle number. So pink is 8 in this at the moment, which looks blue on here, but I know it's pink. So pink, black and white always stay the same. They're always needles 6 and 7. So pink, black, our brown is 11. Purple is 9. Cream, 3. White, 7. Scroll down. I can make it a little bit smaller. White. Yellow is in 1. Blue is in 10. Orange is in 4. That's white again. White. Red is 2. Blue, that's 10 again. I just did red, yeah? Yes, red, blue. I get lost sometimes. Red, blue, orange again, which is 4. Then we have cream again, 3. Orange again. So orange again, cream again. Oh, I fucked that up. Yes, no, that's correct. So we go orange, cream. No, orange, cream, orange, yellow. That's okay. Yellow. Yep, that looks right. I can see them changing on the display as we're going. Where's green? The yellow, brown. And our brown is 11. Cream. Oh, no. I do this so bad sometimes. Blue. Brown. Yeah, we're on track. Then cream. Then purple. 9. Then cream. Then pink. Pink. Then green. So 12, 1, 12, green, yellow, green, brown, gray, finally. That's number 5. White and black. As long as I haven't messed up that order, that is going to be correct. The last thing to do is get fabric in the hoop. So
Now, I split this bit up because, again, I didn't film the video of it, and I can't make it bigger without it being super blurry. So you can't really see what I'm doing in that tiny little screen. So yeah, anyway, we are about to put it in the machine and get going.
Into the machine. And that is basically it. I'm going to make sure it's in the middle. But now we go. Fits nice and well in the middle. Now we press play. And the threads might break, and that's when I'll have to go and rethread the needles. But otherwise, it should stitch out all by itself. And go. Okay, so basically that was the recording from last week from my stream. So it wasn't great and I made a lot of mistakes, but I've also learned a lot since then, like how to record sources from my input cameras. I still haven't figured out the audio problem, and if I want to have music playing whilst I'm doing my streaming, because I don't always talk and things can take a long time, so I need to figure that out. So any tips, please let me know, because it had that weird echo and I could hear myself like 3-4 times echoing. Anyway, while this is playing on the, whatever side, I'm gonna play Connections because I love Connections. And I want to give you something to do, well, look at me while you can see Harvey's design stitching out. I had to do it over 2 days because it got to like 10 p.m. and I was really tired. So I was like, no, okay, turn it off, pause, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll keep doing it. So let's play Connections. And now I'm not going to be as good as Hank Green or anything like that. Sometimes I can't even get it and I fail. I think it is quite American. So maybe for an Australian, not that easy. Okay. Oh my god. I've never done this while being filmed before, so it's freaking me out. Marvel. I mean, I feel like the comic book stuff might be a red herring. It could be like Marvel, like to marvel at something. Space. Spacebar. Outer space. A vest, a tie. Okay, this is obviously going to be something to do. I was going to say with suits, but oh, a degree? No. No. Oh my god. But you can... So I was trying to give it like maybe a graduation ceremony where you get a degree, you wear a tie, but you don't, okay? Because there's no like cape, graduation outfit. Oh my god. A grant, something to do with money, a degree, you get a degree. To draw, to doodle, to paint, to you draw, you doodle, you paint different like art forms. Oh gosh. Gosh. Sometimes they were easier. Like the other day was super easy, and today's just not going very well. Let's give him a shuffle. Sometimes that helps. Even. What's even? We're even. We're even. To confer is to talk, to present, to present, to confer, to pass notes, and to sorry for it swearing. This is different ways to communicate information. So to draw, to paint, space, tie, square. I guess you could have a pocket square, a tie, or vest. But now I don't know what else. To doze. Bulldoze. Bull doodle. Bull square? No. Oh. Space travel, roar, Pac-Man. That one always does my head in. Pac-Man, this was something that confuses me. Invest in space. To tie something up, okay, we're tying off loose ends, we're squaring something off, we're even. Oh, okay, here we go, I've got one. We're tying it off, we're square, we're even, why can I never get the last one? We're doze, no, we're vest. We're to tie it off, we're squared, to call it even, and to degree, to present, to paint, to confer. We'll call it a tie. Square, we're even. But what's the last one? Okay, well, I'll keep them in the brain. And then we look at something else. What else could we do? There's something to confer and to present are to do with communication, but I can't think of what the last parts might be. You marvel at something, to marvel. Space Invaders, Pac-Man. Paint, like MS Paint, like old school. Draw, paint, doodle. Space Invaders, Pac-Man. I mean, I just could not know everything, so. To tie. Pass notes. Things to do when you're bored in class. Pass notes. Doodle. Play Pac-Man. If it's on your phone, I guess. And to doze. One away. Okay, it's not Pac-Man. There has to be something. Okay. What can you do in class when you're bored? Doodle, pass notes, doze. Space out? Oh my god. Yes, I got one. Remind me of the color order. Almost got the purple first. I think that's not bad. It does surprise me that the yellow is supposed to be simple and I can't get it. Draw, paint. Okay, Pac-Man is still there. It's not good. Grant something. Vest. You're invested in... No, that doesn't work with anything else. What are the words? I always see the ones that I always don't get the ones that are words within words or something like scent. Man. Fur, no. Fur. Gree. Vel. Mar. Rant. Rant. Roar. Like a lion. A lion roars. Pain. No. It's gotta be this one. We're even. Call it a tie. We're all square. Or a draw. How did I not see that one? That's so obvious. Drawer, I'm thinking drawer, but not drawer as in even. Okay, two more. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. Like vest. Paint. Like paintball, you would wear a vest? No. You're presented with a degree or a grant. Conference. Let's try it. Fuck. I just get one away. Grant. It can't be degree. You must vest. Can you paint? Marvel? No, otherwise I'm just randomly guessing. So can't be Pac-Man. So how does Pac-Man have anything to do with a degree, Marvel, paint, or vest? Pac-Man. Pac-Man's yellow. I mean, popular in like pop culture. No, something about computers. Paint. You play Pac-Man on a computer? Probably not. No, it's more of a arcade game. The vest. Just think of the clothes. I can't think of anything else. Oh, I'm just gonna have to. How? Okay, degree and Pac-Man have to make sense together because it's definitely not. Grant. Degree. Present. Or Marvel? Oh no. I only got one more mistake to do. Oh my gosh, this makes me feel dumb. Paint, vest, or Pac-Man? Paint? Okay, Marvel, degree, Pac-Man. And paint. It's gotta be... Oh my god, to bestow, to vest? Vests, I don't know. What? The last one. Pac-Man, paint, Marvel, degree. Pac-Man, paint, Marvel, degree. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be something... MS degree, MS Marvel. Miss Marvel, MS Paint, Miss Pac-Man, and MS Degree? Master of Science. Ah. That was tough. That was tough. That was really tough. All right, guys, that was me doing Harvey's first birthday jacket. So I'm sorry that I was bad at recording, and I'm sorry I haven't streamed. I need to figure out a routine time to do it. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday nights. Does that work for people? Maybe Saturday afternoons. I'm not sure what to do, but I want to set aside an hour to stream every week so I can show you guys my process and how I make all my embroidery stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for more embroidery content, behind the scenes content, and videos of me making a fool of myself and doing silly things because, well, that's just what I do. Thanks for watching. Bye.